Good evening, friends, wherever you are. I hope everyone is fine. I'm back after a brief, just taking a brief. I took a brief rest, but I'm back again. And here I am. And today, at this moment of time, I'll be discussing about motivation and the workforce. I hope everyone is fine. And also, just have a brief look at the below the just below the line title line which says motivation in the workplace and workforce. Three W's: motivation, where, in the work, workplace and workforce. The concept of the institute of, of CIPD London. It's a brilliant idea. And I've just added motivation to the whole concept. That's all I've done. I've added motivation to work, workplace, and workforce. There are three W's. And ideally, I would like to see motivation in all the three elements of human resource management, because human resource management is about work, is about the workplace, is about the workforce. Let's begin. Good afternoon, my friends. Motivation, what is motivation? Motivation is an inner, intangible force that influences behavior and output. I repeat, motivation is an intangible force that influences behavior and output. So just imagine a company without motivation. I don't have to be a great scientist to understand that the company without motivation will dig its own grave. So, what is actually motivation? I would like to see motivation, this intangible force, in all the three W's I've mentioned: work, workplace, and workforce. According to the outstanding scholar David Goss, a brilliant scholar in the field of organizational behavior, according to the scholar, what are the main components of motivation? He has got three answers. He has got three questions. The first question is, what is a person trying to achieve? That's the first question. In order to understand motivation, he has asked three fundamental questions. The first question is, what is a person trying to achieve? The second question, how hard will a person try? How hard will I try to get something? And the third question is, how long will I try? Three fundamental questions. And I have to agree, this is the basic components of motivation. What am I trying to achieve? How hard will I try? And how? One is about goal, the second is about effort, and the third is about persistence. In a nutshell, all depends on expectation, value of the result, and skills and knowledge of the person in question. And last but not least, what I'm trying to achieve will have to appeal to people as an HRM professional. First of all, these are the three fundamental questions, and the next issue is I've just mentioned is what whatever I'm trying to achieve will have to appeal to me. If it doesn't appeal, then there's no motivation. And as an HR person, I'll have to make the work appeal to the workforce by using various techniques. But first of all, the issue is appealing to the workforce. So let's have a rundown of some of the well-known motivation theories. McGregor, another outstanding scholar, has taken a managerial perspective and has suggested very significant and has made a suggestion in his theory. Imagine if you're theory X. He has actually identified two theories, theory X and theory Y. Theory X is where, according to McGregor, the scholar, theory X is actually about those unreliable cannot be trusted. They need to be controlled. They need to be controlled. They need to be controlled and pressurized to work. Theory X. Theory Y, on the other hand, is those people who are trustworthy, responsible, reliable, is those people who are trustworthy, responsible, reliable. So there are two perspectives. One is theory X, where people cannot be trusted. Theory Y, people can be trusted. People are self-trust. McGregor. On the other hand, if the trust, on the other hand, you just imagine, on the other hand, you just imagine, from speaking from reality, if your trust is low, the performance of the workforce will also be low, will also decrease. Trust is a very important element, will also decrease. Trust is a very important element. And there are, from my observation also, there are different people with different perspectives. On the other, another outstanding scholar, to me, it is Charles Handy, a living, outstanding scholar in human resource management. And his name is Charles Handy. According to him, what are the components of motivation? According to Charles Handy, it is needs of the moment decides the motivation. Desired results, value of the results influence motivation. In my previous episode, I discussed about Maslow, and I also discussed briefly about Herzberg's theory, the two-factor theory of Herzberg, and Maslow's five needs, hierarchical needs. So Herzberg has divided. So the truth is actually some basic truths about motivation. Motivation is never static, it moves. Motivation requires a purpose. Success motivates. Work must be enjoyable, interesting. Goal must be achievable. The truth about motivation. Motivation is never static. Motivation requires success. Motivation means work must be enjoyable and interesting and appealing. Motivation means there must be a goal. Without a purpose, there can be no motivation at all. The key question is, can I do this work? Do I really want to do this? In order to achieve, what do I need to do? Three questions of motivation. Can I do the task? Do I really want to do the task? In order to achieve the task, what do I need to do? The answers will come up. Now, briefly about my interpretation of motivation. I see motivation through the concept of trade-offs. Interpretation of motivation. My interpretation is about motivation is a trade-off. Trade-off concept of motivation concentrates on the payoffs based on the prioritization of the values one attaches to a certain task that will control the level of motivation, how much and why of actions. By the way, this is the last book I've written, and this, if you want a copy, please contact me. Here, I'm reading this from this chapter. So, the trade-off concept of motivation concentrates on the payoffs based on the prioritization of values one attaches to a certain task that will control the level of motivation and the why of actions. I will have to value something that will push my behavior as a reason for action. The trade-off concept of motivation is the decision to do something based on the value attached to the activity to accomplish something, and at the same time, reward also influences. Trade-off concept is very intricate. And to me, that's the reality. If I do something, there must be something in exchange. I won't do something without an exchange. It may be it may be monetary, maybe non-monetary. That's irrelevant. But there must be something in exchange. So the concept of trade-off does not overrule any of the above theories. In fact, I'm building on those theories previously noted and going and taking the discussion and debate further. We've also come across the social perspective of motivation. Behavior, according to the social scientists and the social science theorists of motivation, behavior is influenced by social interaction, which determine his or her sense of identity and belonging. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he has divided needs into five parts: physiological, safety, belongingness, esteem, and self actualization. Then you may have come across the expectancy theory of motivation by Vroom, VROOM, the goal setting theory by Ed Locke, Herzberg's theory of motivation. All these are relevant, extremely intriguing, and have answered many questions. But still, there are many more answers left. As, so, actually, as an HRM, from speaking from an HRM perspective, we are in search of an answer how to understand a person's motivation. If only I can understand a person's motivation, I can act accordingly. But motivation stays inside. There's no way to understand what a person is thinking. That part is very intriguing, very interesting as an HR person. And there seems to be no conclusive answer. But still, theorists are doing their work, they're researching, they are trying to find answers. Also, I've forgotten to mention facts about motivation. In facts about motivation, capability is also required. You need the skills. So, motivation emerges from expectation, needs, equity, identity, image, confidence, good work environment, sense of justice and fairness, distributive and procedural justice. Basically, scholars have divided motivation into three parts: content theories, process theories, and reinforcement theories. Maslow, Herzberg, reinforcement theory deals with the consequences of something. So sorry about that. Please accept my apologies. Uh, anyway, that's about it. So, my friends, wherever you are, have a good time. I hope approach was refreshing, and I've tried to give something of my limited knowledge of motivation. It's a huge chapter. It's nothing new. Researchers after researchers have actually spent hours trying to understand human behavior. So that's about it, my friends. Have a nice day, enjoy, and God bless all.